Hi there, it's Kristen again from Blooming Into You, and I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit today about the gift of having people in your life who make you feel like no one can really make you feel, but maybe mirror to you that you're sort of insignificant, or you don't, exist or matter or aren't that important to them. And before I get into that, I will say that I do have a free small course on my website, which is bloomingintoyou.com/freebie. The website is just bloomingintoyou.com, where you can find other content like blog articles and a link to my podcast with my former podcast partner, Becky Barber. We are both coaches, and we did a podcast for about a year and a half, about 50 episodes, so please feel free to click the link for that. But you can always click a link to do a discovery call with me if you'd like to do coaching. I'm going to give as much content as I can in my videos to help educate you and help you feel better in some way, but true transformation does come in relational healing, where you are in connection with another human being who could see what you're going through and reflect that back to you, so that you can know more about what's happening with you. We can't always see ourselves very clearly. In fact, we usually can't. So my job is to help you see the parts that are blind, your blind spots, and pull them out, show you, so we can change them for you, so you can change them, and I can help you do that. This is true transformational work. It's life-changing and it's permanent. So once you heal the parts of you that have been wounded by trauma, abuse, or just life, we get to change them for good. Okay, so that's the good thing, is that we do that. And I find that in my coaching, 8 sessions is a very, very nice, solid amount. We can go more than that or less. It's customizable, of course, but I found that, I do 12, 16-week programs, and they are great. It's because we can just kind of tackle things as they come up, so that you can stay with the coach for as long as you want. My goal is to get you, feeling good, getting unstuck, knowing the tools that you need to use to get your life on track again, and get you, kick you out of the nest. I'll always love you, but bye. That's kind of how I feel, because you shouldn't be hooked on other people to save your life. You can use resources to help you move through things, for sure. Please do that. But then you can do it yourself. So I teach you how to do it yourself, so that you're not with me forever. But of course, I always take you back anytime you want for a little bit. But I don't think after people work with me, they need to really work with me much more long term. I tend to be a coach who could be your last coach that you ever have to use, to be honest with you, because of so many areas of life I can help you cover, and the way we unglue from the thing or things. Believe it or not, it's not that many things as a core wound that we have to unglue and heal. So once that core wound is healed, then the other parts of your life start making sense and working better for you. Okay, so anyway, please feel free to contact me for a discovery call, and we will set that up. It's a free 1 hour, and it's a session that I do with you, and then we go from there. And if you want to do some more, then we work on that. So the point of this video is to talk about how there are people in our life. I mean, everyone mirrors us. We live in a mirroring universe. And again, if anything I'm saying to you does not resonate for you, it does not follow or jibe with your belief system, toss it out. Toss me out. It's fine. I will not take it personally. But what I've come to understand inside myself and on my own journey for many decades of a very deep spiritual healing and psychological journey is that people mirror us. Some mirror us more deeply and closely than others, but the world shows us what we believe about ourselves. So jobs will show that to us as well. Not just people, but usually it's people. And we learn to become conscious through our experiences and relationships with other people. Our goal isn't to be happy with people, it's to become conscious and aware. and know ourselves on a very deep level, to feel peace and to feel self-assurance that we are going to get from point A to point Z in this lifetime. So people come along the way who help us, and they're actually true gifts to us. Now, I'm not going to say that some gifts are not packaged with a pile of crap inside of them, because that definitely is definitely the case often, and I've certainly experienced my own deep level of that. But because I'm sitting here right now smiling and laughing and happy, it's because of these experiences with these particular people in my life that I've gone through that have really helped me to know myself, become very self-aware, very safe with myself, very self-accepting and self-loving. And I want that for other people. Not that it's my job to make that happen, but I do. That is my job to make that happen, actually. But it's not my business. Okay, it's my business, but it's not my business to change somebody who does not want to heal. Do you know what I'm saying? So, in my particular journey, because of the wounding I've had since I was young, I have felt very small, had to dim my light, a lot of shame over, protecting me. Shame is a protector, just so you know that. What it was when we were children. So shame teaches us to play small so that we don't get abused more. Okay, so shame is a good thing. It's just that we don't need it. There's healthy shame and then there's toxic shame. So we don't need toxic shame. Sometimes you need to feel remorse for things you've done so that you'll change your behavior, and that's more along the lines of guilt. And sometimes we need guilt in order just to inspire us to change the way we do things. But that's not like, it becomes toxic when it's like long term and it's about everything and it's every way we do things and we just feel ashamed. That's unhealthy and that's not necessary. So, in my particular story, it was, don't be so smart, don't be so pretty, or don't be so thin, or like whatever would make you get attention and be liked. Make other girls like you, make the boys feel smarter than you. Being who I was naturally was a bad thing, according to everyone. That was a message I got as a child, is if you are smart and you are pretty, people will not like you and they will not be happy. And for me personally, I had this built-in agenda for people that everyone should be happy. Now, that's, again, none of my business, but that is my true nature. Is I like to laugh. I like to have fun. I like to make it light. I also like to make it deep. I like to just be myself, and I like to have a good time with you. And I want everyone to be happy. I'll be the one who's joking about everything because I want you to laugh, And that, some of that is authentically me, and some of that was my fawning response, my people-pleasing response, because I wanted people to like me. But the only way I thought they would like me is if I was the fat, stupid girl, okay? And that's the role I played most of my life, okay? Until I healed. But in the process, I met people in my life who made me feel, they didn't do it on purpose, but their reflection to me was, you don't exist, you don't really matter, you're not significant, you're not relevant, you're invisible, you're not my priority, I don't really care about you, I don't care about, anything going on in your life, I don't really want to ask you about your life, I don't want to ask you about you and what your passions are and your beliefs and thoughts. They're very indifferent toward me and didn't seem like they cared at all about me. And some of these people were very, very close to me, like on a soul level, very close to me as people that we were very close. And so it hurt me very, very deeply, like deeper than I can explain. And it just crushed me to my very core. And it saved my life. Because when that happens to you, it will destroy you. It will make you feel like you're being destroyed. You are not. But it will make you feel, what it does is it crushes the identity you've had. It crushes the ego. And the ego doesn't like doing things from the heart, right? It doesn't like changing. The ego creates this identity, right? And the identity is what we've had since we were X number of years old. And so all throughout life, you're the fat, stupid, invisible girl. And the ego's like, well, what are you going to be if you're not that? That's what you do. That's who you are to people. That's the only way people will like you. And the uncertainty is what keeps people stuck in their ego and not wanting to change their identity. Because people don't know what's on the other side of surrendering the ego and letting the ego just go. Not die, but like not have as much power, okay? Because we all need an ego as human beings. We do need an ego. It's not like we get rid of it. We don't kill it. You know, people are like, kill off the ego. It's like, no, you don't kill anything. The ego is something that you can embrace and love for doing its job of protecting you. It's just like it's a little dictator and it's gotten really, really out of control. But the thing is, it's also a child. It started when you were little. So it's a child that does not know that you are perfectly capable now of being okay without people making you feel invisible, right? So it's about working with that part of you, okay? Not killing it off and not shaming it, not hitting it away, not being like, you're so dumb, like, leave me alone. No, like, embrace it. It's okay. Like, it's okay that it's there. It just, once it knows it's okay to be there, it doesn't fight you so hard to make you do its agenda, you know? So that's the whole thing, is when people come into our lives who hurt us and make us feel unworthy in some way, it's an opportunity to heal the parts of you that they're showing you. This is almost like a fast track into healing. When somebody can show you so clearly, wow, I feel like I am not good enough. I will never measure up. Something like that. They make you just feel belittled and just like you're invisible, like you don't matter at all, like you just do not exist. It hurts so much, but when you've had one of these experiences, you will say, yep, I know exactly what you're talking about. If you haven't had one, that's okay, believe me. But if you have, you'll know it's very, 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 very painful, and it's very, very healing. Okay, it helps you see more clearly, oh, I have these beliefs about myself that I'm unworthy. How can I change that? Because I know I don't want to feel unworthy, and I know I'm not unworthy, but part of me thinks I am unworthy, and my ego has kept this identity in line in myself for so long, and I don't want to live like that anymore. Because when you walk around feeling invisible and unworthy, you can't get your life chores done. Like, you can't live your mission or purpose. You can't put yourself out there and speak up and say, here's who I am. See, I'm putting myself out here on these videos. I'm 52 years old. I'm not a young person, you know. I've been through a lot of life. I have a lot to share, and I want to help people. I'm not a model. I'm not an actress. I'm a mom of 4 children. You know, I'm just a person, and I'm a coach. But I mean, I'm saying, like, when I was younger, I never would have done this, right? I would have been too scared. I would have been like, what will they think of me? Will they think I'm stupid? Will they think what I'm saying is wrong? I don't care anymore, because I know what I believe, and I know my truth, and I stand in my truth, and I speak my truth. If you don't like my truth, that's okay. You don't have to agree with me, and you don't have to listen to it. But the point is that through healing my unworthiness that people have shown to me over my life, I can now step out into my true calling and help other people get past their own limiting beliefs and actions that keep them small. None of us should be playing small. Playing big does not mean being arrogant, does not mean being a show off. It means being your normal level self. You're just confident, calm, you know, curious, compassionate self. It's not about being like the most, you know, pompous celebrity, you know, it's not like that. It's just, I have a right to be here. You know, I have a right to be seen and heard and understood. I have a right to show up. I don't need to like dim my light anymore. Okay, that's all that means. So anyway, okay, I hope this helps. Just know that if you have people in your life, please let me know in the comments if you've had any of these experiences, by the way. But if you have people in your life that have shown up and you feel unworthy in their presence, That's where the work is. We find those parts that are coming up that are saying, I don't feel good enough. This person doesn't love me. They won't talk to me. They're ignoring me. They're ghosting me. They act like they don't care about me. Why? What's wrong with me? Why am I so gross? Why am I so ugly? Why am I so fat? Why am I so, bad, wrong? Why won't this person acknowledge me? This is the cry. See me crying? This is the cry of, these are these parts, these are these beliefs that want to come up and be noticed so we can change and work. I say change, I don't mean change them. If they're parts, they're perfectly fine being there. Just love them, embrace them, and acknowledge them, right? And like say, I get why I get why you're upset. I get why you feel this way. You know what I mean? So, hope that helps. Contact me if you want to get together and see if we can coach together, and if I can help you in some way, I would love that. Please go through www.bloomingintoyou.com, check out my stuff, click on the discovery call button, and we'll get going. Okay, bye.